off work. Been a busy day. This is the transmission. I want to show you. Every bolt, I sprayed it and let it sit overnight. Came out here this afternoon. Every bolt I was able to get out but 3, which is amazing for one that's been in there 20 years. This is a 94. So, had one here, one here, one there. What I had to do, I pulled out my Dremel and put the real thick cutting disc on it and cut notches in these guys. Heated them up, sprayed them, tapped them with a hammer, and was able to get these 2 out. That was a job. Then I took this one and I took the biggest drill bit I had and slowly ate the top of it off with a drill bit. Got a little sideways, so I had to do a little bit of other work on it, and then finished it off with put the grinder attachment on my Dremel. Sounds like an advertisement for Dremel. And I was able to get it all broken and cleaned off. So this guy, the bolts are out. We're getting ready to crack it open. So I wanted to show you, I am not at all worried about that one bolt that I ground flat. I don't care, because this is just going to cut my grass. So I just plain don't care. Now I'm going to crack this thing open. A lot of times there'll be tabs. Oh, let me position it where you can see it. A lot of times there'll be some little notches right here on these sides, or you're just going to have to tap it where you can get a loose crack, and then just continue to pry evenly and slowly all the way around, because you don't want to break the damn aluminum. Alright guys, I'll go ahead and do that. More to come. Got one of these small 1-inch scraper blades pushed in it. And now I'm just kind of working around it. Looks like we're about ready to pop it off, and you are going to see what a transmission looks like 20 years of crap. How about that? Is that not just nasty and heinous? This is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. Not really. They all look like this when you crack them open. That's just the grease. And you'll notice that the grease has kind of cavitated all the way around it. And it offers some protection, like around here. You see it's built up around these guys, but there's really not that much on the shaft. The shaft starts getting a rust buildup on it, and you see it does. Starts getting a little rough surface, becomes hard to shift. And once it gets hard to shift, it sits in Pawpaw's backyard because he doesn't want to mess with it. And he's going to save it for one day when he fixes it, and he never does. I buy them like this a lot. They are just gummed up and goobed up. What I'm going to do is take this guy, pull it. I'm going to have to pull it completely out, clean it up. Nothing's wrong with this at all. Nothing's wrong with this transmission. And then we're going to get it all back together. This may take longer than an evening. Whew. I have gotten about 1/3 of it done. I've got the top. I have the bull gear, spider gears. I have the axles with the gears cleaned as well. And now we're about to start getting into this stuff right here. This is where the problem actually is, but you got to clean everything. And we're going to have to pull this guy out, and then we're actually going to do a little bit of file work on this one. So, long, nasty process. What a day to be out of gloves. More to come. Now we're back. I'm about halfway through now. Got this cleaned out, and it is all cleaned out. And I want to show you something really funny. That is that bolt that had broken off. How about that? It is actually coming out just with the vice grips. Now, if it hadn't come out with the vice grips, what I would have done is gotten the Dremel out again cut a notch in it. Tried to pull it out with a screwdriver. But as it sits, I'm able to get it out this way, which I can only attribute to having a pure mind and a clean heart. Because there ain't no other way this damn thing would have ever come out. I got really lucky getting this out. Alright guys, we're going to get everything back in, and then we're going to file that down. I'm going to put it in here so I can do it without having it jostle around everywhere. Back this out a little bit. Here we go. It's that shifting fork. That's where the selector, the fork rides in there and turns, and you can see it's all scored up. Let me adjust us down a little bit more right there. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to turn it. We're going to knock that edge of rust off, and that way we won't have a problem anymore. So I'm just going to go around it, smoothing everything out, and that'll make a big difference. We'll slide it out, and I know you're going to say, well, you're going to get metal filings all in the case and you just cleaned it. Absolutely, we're going to clean it again. But I had to put it in here to hold it in place. Alright guys, so this is pretty dull. I'm going to pause it here and get this going. The finished product, and just tell you a couple of things. Took this thing off. In addition to the file, I went over it with some sandpaper, knocked the edge down, pulled this ring off. When you take the ring off, there's going to be two long clips, long bars that come off. Just mind how they come off. You lift this up, off, and pull that out. And you can see I can actually move it with my hand, so we've repaired the problem. And the thing about this, since there were rust deposits, and we've cleaned off the rust and filed down the little rough spots, but it's always going to be prone to rusting. So I'm going to go back with a oil grease mixture that I use in all my my toys. But it just seems after I go into them and have to do this once, I don't want to have to do it again in a few years, although I hope I wouldn't. I hope, you know, it's been around 20 years. I don't want it to be around 20 more. But also these little tabs here, see if you can see one there, you can see that they are directional. There'll be a little recess for them to fit in, and you'll just line them up whichever way you go. This would be like an intermediate level kind of stuff, but there ain't nothing to it, because if I can do it, I know y'all can. That is all finished up. See, this one is rolled already. There we go. And I got it locked into place. All these others are locked into place as well. So we are through doing the repair on this. Now I am going to stop the video here, because when you go back with an oil mixture, you need to do a lot of silicone on it, and I don't have any silicone because I had to silicone that 820 so many damn times. Can't believe I got that bolt out. That's pretty cool. Alright guys, hold on. We are finished. Got everything put inside it. All I have to do now is get the silicone, go around it, fill it up, let it tack, put the cap on, and then we're back in business. Sometimes you have to adjust these forks after you've been inside them. Like if I left it way down here, I'm more likely to have a problem. I don't know why. So I'm going to leave it in that position, and you can see it slides and it rolls. It's still a little hard to shift, but that's just okay, because I'm not shifting it with a big hunk of metal. I'm trying to use my fingers. But it's going to shift a whole lot better, last a few more years, and we are through. I'll cap it up tomorrow. We'll do a video of it. Who knows? May cut some grass. This is it, guys. Going inside the house. I think we're having burritos tonight. Burritos and beer. It's a good combination. Y'all gonna make some mayhem.